Now, I'm curious, what are some things that maybe you're nerding out about now or you have in the future? Like, what are your plans with physiotherapy and the like in the future?
My end goal would be to do what I was talking about throughout this whole entire podcast.
Mhm,
Marry the physio with the exercise component.
mhm,
I would love to eventually come back home to Canada,
mhm,
and open up my own practice. I would love to do a hybrid between a gym and a physio clinic,
mhm.
because at the end of the day, again, small changes add up to big results, and vice versa as well. Small changes, bad changes will end up with big problems. So if
Mhm.
you are within a setting where you have access to a physiotherapist, where if you have any questions or anything, you can just pop your head in and ask, be like, hey, am I doing this correctly?
Mhm.
Having that connection where I can work with, competent trainers who understand the physio aspect, the rehabilitation aspect, and work cohesively with them to pass people back and forth between the two professions, I think is the future of physiotherapy.
Yeah.
And again, being a lover of sport, and having worked in the field, and still working in the field part-time,
Mhm,
I feel like the gap needs to be brought closer between the two
mhm.
professions. So hopefully in the future, I would love to open up a gym facility that has a rehabilitative aspect on the one side, and have it all functional, because at the end of the day, what are we working out for? What are we doing? What are we going to physiotherapy for? We're going to work out, or physio to live.
Yeah.
So everything needs to be functional, and you need to be able to pick up your grandkids. You need to be able to go out and play, pick up footy with your mates on the weekends. You need to be able
Mhm.
to dance the night away with your significant other without waking up the next morning and
Being in
feeling like
pain.
you feeling
Yeah.
like you just got hit by a Mack truck, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And is there something that's like really exciting you about the future of physio? Like, are you seeing something that's like, okay, I can't wait to start putting that in practice?
I guess again, having the UK perspective of them being, I guess, less traditional hand-on with their, tens and ice and stuff like that, and being more functional with their exercise and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to bringing that back home to
Mhm,
Canada, and taking that perspective, and kind of really putting it to practice, being able to have people move and be functional and do functional patterns, because again, at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters, is whether or not you can go about your life with any limitations
mhm,
and without pain, type of thing, right? So I guess bringing that perspective of functionality and exercise as a primary course of treatment within physio, I feel like is the next step for Canadian physio for sure.
mhm.
Other places have already gone on with that. Even Australia, they're pioneers with that stuff as well. But I feel like the Canadian system is a little bit lagging behind. There are other places like, I know, Myo Detox, and they do their stuff, and they're kind of getting more on that with their functional patterns and all their stuff there. So they're in the right direction, and I hope
Mhm.
to kind of progress that, move that forward, and follow in their footsteps.